Silent Planet. Today I will recreate their track Antimatter using only MIDI instruments. The section we will try to recreate is this one. Let's start with the guitar. For that I am using the shredded Hydra from Impact Soundworks, and it sounds like this. Let's start just with the DI sound. It sounds like this. So you notice that it's not in the proper key of the song, since the shredded Hydra only goes down to an E0, and I want a D0 for this, so like a double drop D on a regular guitar. I'm just using the Gojira before anything else, just for this transpose function. So I'm shifting it down 2 semitones, so it becomes a D instead of an E. Next, I'm using a VST loader from Blue Cat Patchwork. This is a trick I got from Buster's Nail the Mix, and yeah, I can really recommend checking that out if you like this style of mixing. And I'm just using the Fatso pedal from the Gojira with 100% wet, and then just using the lower part of the sound. This gives the guitar a lot more low end, and it sounds like it's pitch shifted down 1 octave, but I'm just blending in 30% of the sound here. 100% it sounds like this. And then I'm blending it 30. Next, let's actually add the amplifier, and I'm using the 14 Nameless suite for this tone. I'm using the grind pedal and the gate pedal here. I have the amp settings like this, and for the IR I am using GGD Cali cabs with the massive cabs, so it sounds like this. And then before the amp I am using a EQ just to remove some of this irritating high frequencies before the amplifier. Also adding some attack and some beef. So I'm gonna remove the EQ and then engage it. Next, an optional step, but this can be quite nice to give your DI some more attack, especially when using MIDI guitars, since it doesn't have as much variation in the attack as a normal guitar. So I'm using Spiff just to add some transient, add some attack to the DI. So I'm adding all this. So now we're moving into the plugin fiesta here. I apologize in advance, but this was a iterative process, just adding more and more until I get the sound that I'm after. And starting with Bass Mint from Unfiltered Audio, that is just clearing up the low end a lot. This clarity function with the anti-rumble option is just amazing, so it's this effect. Next, we have this great looking EQ, just boosting a little bit of mids. Another tip I got from Buster to really make the guitar stand out of mono speakers. Just adding some presses here and removing some top end, also notching out some stuff. Next, just some multiband compression to keep all of the frequencies super level. Moving on to tape saturation. Just adding a lot of beef to the sound. Next we have this distressor. I have a slow attack on the compressor just to let some transients come through and really get this punchy and attacky guitar sound. Next, just some shuffling to make it wider. quite a subtle effect. Another EQ, this was done just when I was matching with the actual song, just mainly removing this area here. Soothe, just to smoothen it out even more and also bring down some resonances in the bass. And finally, it's just a multiband compressor that is reacting to the kick drum to duck down the mid signal of the guitars to make the kick drum stand out. And that's the guitar. Next up is the drums, which sounds like this. If you're curious how I got this drum sound, after this video, go and check out my drum mixing tutorial. I will link the video here. The only difference is that I've added this monster compressor here on the drum bus. It's mixed in just as 22% because this is quite an extreme effect on the drum bus. But adding a lot of smack. Also, I'm using spiff here for added attack on the bass drum and the snare. Okay, moving on to the bass. I am using Jim Bass 2 from Submission Audio. I have a video on Jim Bass 2 where you can find out how I process the tone to get this result. If you're interested in picking up Jim Bass 2, I have an affiliate link in the description to help you support the channel while also getting an awesome bass tone. Next, let's move on to the synths. The original song has this really cool synth hook. It's some kind of synth, but it has a slow attack, so I tried to emulate this using the Anna 2 synths from Slate Digital. I found a preset I liked that was called Joy of Torture, and I am then adding a LFO here that is just fading up the volume in the beginning of each hit. Processing-wise, I start with adding some tube saturation. Just filling out the sound a bit. Next, EQ, just removing the highs and the lows. Next, just some subtle compression. I have this duplicated with the high octave as well. But otherwise, it's exactly the same sound. I also have this Skyfall synth. It's just a preset in the Anna 2 that has this super cool percussive quality, but I'm using this trans gate to make it super choppy and also driving the song forward rhythmically. And also we have a bass synth that is holding down the bass note and reinforcing this super subby texture. Also using the Anna 2 here, the Gorilla preset. Starting with a transgate to get it super choppy. We have the tube saturation again from Saturn. Just this funny looking EQ, removing the highs, adding some lows, and removing all bass information on the side channels. And finally, it's just the ducking again from the kick drum. All of the synth layers together sound like this. If you like content like this, consider subscribing to my channel. I also have a Patreon where I upload goodies like multitracks and mixed stems. But with that said, let's get on with it and let's see how close I got to the original mix. lot for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of it, and see you in the next one for more metal mixing goodness.